Oh, hi. I guess you're here for another video lesson. I got double whiteboards going today. I'm doing double trouble because we got some things we need to clear up. I'm going to try to move quick because I realize that some of my videos aren't always showing up when they extend beyond the 15-minute mark. Seriously, who wants to listen for 15 minutes anyway? But seriously speaking, we do have a few things to clear up from the last couple of assignments ago. Some very, very important things. First of all, excellent job on cell parts, but we do need to make sure that we spell nucleus and nucleolus properly. Because if you don't spell them properly, so nucleus, nucleolus, I don't know if you can even make that out from here. Let's go take a look. I hope it's not going to show up backwards like that. Does that show up backwards? Oh. Well, anyway, align that. Make sure you spell them properly, okay? Nucleus and nucleolus, because if you don't spell them properly, I'm going to mark them wrong. Don't worry if it's backwards. For the rest of what we're going to do today, that won't matter because we are going to focus on drawing plant cells today. But there is one other thing that we need to do. I need to make one more correction. Somebody on one of the lessons that I did not too long ago about cell structures, the first lesson, most of you realized that the athlete that made his way into the video was Dustin Bufflin. So we need to make sure Dustin Bufflin. But the funniest answer that I actually got, somebody said it was David Bowie. David Bowie. David Bowie is this guy. This guy. And one of your classmates, I'm not going to say who, okay? But somebody out there actually said that in the video it was David Bowie. Okay, so one of the things we have to clear up. The first thing is the difference between nucleus, that's the whole headquarters. Nucleolus is that condensed ball within the nucleus. And the second thing we need to clear up is Bowie, David Bowie, Bufflin, Dustin Bufflin. Can you say that with me, kids? Bufflin, Bowie. Good. All right. Enough of that. It's the afternoon, so I don't have coffee today. I'm actually drinking sparkling mixed berry sparkling water. Matches my shirt. Today we're going to quickly draw a couple of the features of plant cells. I am angled off here, which isn't the best. I'm going to see if I can change this on the fly. That might be better, hey? What do you think? Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so we're going to try drawing some plant cells. I want to put in some of the differences between plant and animal cells into this drawing. So this one will be a lot quicker than the one we did yesterday because the animal cell and the plant cell have a lot of things in common. So the first thing we're going to do when we draw a plant cell is we're going to change the basic shape and we're going to make it a little bit more rectangular, a little bit more boxy because that's one of the differences. So let's do that and let's create our plant cell. I'm going to draw in the cell membrane first. We always want to start with the cell membrane. Okay, the cell membrane. Boom. You label that, then right away you are going to be getting yourself some marks. The second thing we want to do on the outside of the cell membrane is we want to draw that extra structure, which is the cell wall. The cell wall provides stability for plant cells because plant cells don't have skeletal systems, exoskeletons, endoskeletons like vertebrates and invertebrates do often, but they have cells with cell walls that provide the structure. And if you look at them under the microscope, a lot of times what you'll see is they're laid out in a brick pattern with overlapping edges, which is really interesting. So it doesn't really matter how you draw it. Sometimes I draw them in a little bit thicker, and I leave little spaces between the sections of the cell wall, kind of like this, because there is still the opportunity for substances to get through the cell wall, into the cell membrane, and then into the cell. That has to be the case, otherwise there would be no entry and exit of wastes and no entry of materials that are needed for building up proteins. The important thing that you need to remember when you draw these is you need to label the cell wall on the outside and the cell membrane on the inside. Okay, very important. So in black here, we have the cell wall. I'm just going to put that as CW. Hopefully you can see that, Senior. Oh, what was that? Oh, yeah. Right, I got it. Bowie. Bufflin. David Bowie. Dustin Bufflin. Musician / actor. Hockey player. There. And we'll put you over here. Okay, don't say I didn't ever teach you anything, kids. All right, now, so that's the first thing you want to do when you do your plant cells a little bit differently. Number one, make them look a little bit more rectangular, a little bit more boxy. Number two, put the cell wall in and put it on the outside of the cell membrane. The third thing that you want to do that's a little bit different, the thing that you want to add to your picture is a big old vacuole, because cells have vacuoles, and when it's a plant cell, you want to exaggerate the size of the vacuole, and the vacuole can actually take up almost the entire space of a plant cell sometimes. So we want to make sure that we include that in our drawings. So we have a vacuole. Think about vacuum cleaner. What's the job of the vacuum cleaner? It sucks stuff up, and then that stuff gets stored inside the vacuum, right? So the vacuole is for mostly water, but also nutrient storage. It's going to be larger than in an animal cell, and I want to make sure I see that in your pictures that you'll have to draw for me very soon. Who's this? Good. And this? Good. I think you're catching on. The fourth thing that needs to be different is in an animal cell, you need to have chloroplasts. So you need to include chloroplasts in your picture that you didn't have before when you did animal cells. So chloroplasts, there's going to be more than just one of them. And usually we draw chloroplasts kind of like little ovals. And we draw them with these circles in there. Later on, you can learn about how inside plant cells, the chloroplasts are responsible for trapping sunlight. There's an actual, a few chemical reactions that go on. One's called the light reaction, the other one's called the dark reaction. And basically that's the process of changing sunlight to usable energy, chemical energy, basically in the form of a sugar. Okay, so it's glucose. It's glucose that the cell, the plant cell manufactures by converting sunlight into usable energy. So far we've got cell must be a little bit more boxy, rectangular shaped. It has to have a cell wall on the outside, okay, on the outside. It should have a big vacuole, It needs to have chloroplasts in it, but not in your animal cell. And then all the other things that we did, you got to find a way to jam it into your picture. I'm not going to do that today because I want to make sure that our drawing is nice and comfortable. One thing that I want to make clear as well, last time I drew one Golgi apparatus in there for the animal cell, but just keep in mind that it is possible for certain cells to have multiple Golgi apparatuses as well. But you want to make sure you at least have one. So all those other things should be in your plant cell. I'm not going to get into the details on it because your reading assignments and the diagrams that I'm going to give you will have those in there. There was one other thing that I wanted to review today. Oh yeah. Bufflin Bowie. Dustin Bufflin, David Bowie. Anyways, that's the mini lesson for today. Hope you enjoyed that. You will have an assignment connected to the drawing and the diagramming very soon. There's actually more than one assignment. They're pretty easy. Again, great job doing the work with these. I hope you're learning a little bit about the organelles, how animal and plant cells are alike, and how they're different.